Hey,
Everybody!
it's the podcast. We are starting a cult.
It is true. We're back for another delicious episode.
On this Friday, that's Grant, I'm Jake.
Yes, this is Friday. Actually, evening. We haven't done an episode in a while.
This is the very latest we've done it in a very long time.
I like it. It's calming. It's calming in a way.
No, it's true. We had a big day, though.
Yeah, we took
Navi.
Mr. Dog to get cleaned. It was a good day. It was very pleasant.
He was very excited.
He had a wonderful time. He's nice and clean. His toes are no longer an issue.
Yep. They won't be ripping up my arm every day anymore.
It's true. Yeah, for those of you that follow us on Instagram, it's just another reason to follow us. We put a picture of him up. You can see him. He's hanging out.
He's the new co-host. It's only fair.
Yeah, he's snoozing. He's playful. He's wearing a hat in one of them. It's perfect. He's a good time.
Either way.
But we are taking a little bit of a break from, I guess you could say, organized literature. I call it literature. It makes it seem more important.
Yeah, I didn't write anything this week, so yeah.
No, I usually don't do. I don't like writing things. I'm too lazy.
No, yeah, you're like
that.
you're the guy that reads and just remembers it all. I'm the guy that has to write it down.
No, it works though. We
every single time. Yeah, no, it works.
But yeah, so we're here. I have a couple things that I want to. I guess they're more suggestions than they are anything.
Yeah.
But Jake, why don't you start? You got some. You were telling me some interesting things here. Actually, I guess before we start, I should have kind of explained what's going to happen here, right? Typically, for long-time listeners, you'll know that we do episodes that we kind of just have some fun with. We pump the brakes a little bit, and we just kind of find things that we find intriguing, right? Well, we're doing that this week, but there's really no theme. It's just happening.
No, it's just stuff we found on the internet.
It's just weird things that kind of hopped into our minds. Most of mine are rhetorical questions that follow possible, like maybe some interesting facts if you didn't know. But it's just things like that. We're just going to kind of have some fun. We're going to talk with you, to you. You can't answer us. But, I mean, if you email us, that's kind of like talking to us, We do respond. That's the thing.
It is true. Yeah, sometimes we respond. Most of the time. I think we've responded to everything.
Yeah,
Haven't we?
If there is an email we missed, definitely let us know, because I did not intend to ignore anybody.
Yeah, message us again. Say, what the fuck?
Pretty much.
Guys, one of those.
Yeah, I definitely didn't intend for that to occur.
Yeah. But anyway, this is one of those episodes. I'm going to start off with the Buddhist bin Laden.
Oh,
or a man of peace.
What a way to go.
Yeah, a monk leads anti-Muslim campaign in Myanmar.
Wow.
What do you think about that?
I really kind of
hates the Muslims.
I had to sit on that one for a second because I didn't really know what to think that I didn't know what was going to happen on that.
Yeah, so a monk has been dubbed the Buddhist bin Laden, or the face of Buddhist terror. Isn't that a fucking title?
See, maybe I'm ignorant. I don't know a whole lot about Buddhism, but the idea of Buddhist terrorism seems very strange to me. I don't feel like that's something that's real.
I don't know. Apparently, it's like a lot of back and forth on whether or not he's inciting violence, or if he's just like, being Muslim doesn't make for good characteristics. It, that kind of thing. Like, he's just kind of suggesting against it, more for Buddhist sort of situation. His name is Urethra.
Urethra?
Wirathu.
Urethra.
And apparently his first name is just the letter U, I guess.
Urethra. That's who we're dealing with here.
Your urethra is a Buddhist bin Laden, okay? Just remember that every time you go to bed.
He's a terrorist.
Yeah. Apparently he's been accused of inciting violence against Myanmar's Muslim minority, with fiery sermons claiming that the growth of Islam is putting Buddhism and Burmese culture at risk.
Oh, okay. So he's more of a intellectual terrorist.
He's like a Joel Osteen of monks. He just like says a lot of crazy shit, and then people act upon it. Because about 200 people have been killed by violence, apparently due to these like religious sermons.
Oh.
And they've like sparked riots erupting in like June of 2012. This was a while ago. It wasn't like recent.
Okay.
But like this was a fucking while ago. But tens of thousands of people like fled their homes because they were just being burned by mobs. It's all Muslim people too, and they only make up like 5% of this population.
Any religion, I'm looking at you. You know what I'm talking about here. Any religion that is a proponent, I'm talking about the monk man that's promoting this.
Monkman.
Anybody that is down with a religion that just promotes killing people, you should reevaluate your religion or maybe yourself. That just doesn't compute.
Maybe you just don't kill people.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't work.
Yeah, no, it's true.
I don't believe it.
Apparently, Urethra, he says he once compared himself to the Al Qaeda leader, Bin Laden, as a joke. He claims the Islamic belief can encourage people to have, quote, bad characters, and as a key figure of the movement that encourages people to boycott Muslim businesses, Urethra espouses a form of radical Buddhism, which seems incongruous of those in the West who associate the religion with such peace and acceptance, like you were saying.
I understand the comparison because I too have been called the Osama bin Laden of peanut butter.
Peanut butter, you say?
Yeah, and
were you just doing jelly sandwiches over there?
No, I don't know what it even particularly means, but the comparison's there. I get it. It's like, you're the Osama bin Laden of table tennis. I don't know.
You know where he got it? You know where he fucking got that name? People apparently this is a quote from him. People used to write things like that about me on Facebook. Call me that. This says bald bin Laden. Bald bin Laden. So, he was like all sorts of names. So he said, I ended up calling myself that as a joke, and it just got reported on from there.
I like that.
So he's like, yeah, I saw this on Facebook, and that was just national news.
It's like, yeah, it's
international news.
It's just kind of what we do now. It's all over the map. It's here. I guess I think that's kind of an interesting introduction to this guy because that's what social media is kind of fun to have for. You get to see things like this. You get to create just some random guy somewhere commented that, right? Just out of nowhere, just thought it would be funny. Just like, yeah, it's just the bald Osama bin Laden.
Yeah.
And now for the people internationally that have heard this story, they know what that means. There's people out there.
I guess. I still probably don't think you should be inciting this violence against Muslims. It's weird that he would have any extreme feelings at all as a Buddhist.
Yeah, that's kind of like against the entire belief system of Buddhism.
I feel like he's definitely more on the Mahayana side, because Theravada is like the most like, that's in-depth, like they live on mountains alone, eat a grain of rice every year.
Those are the crazy fucking people that get documentaries written about them.
But yeah, this guy's like a blend between the two, but he's also pissed. He's causing a lot of hubbub. Way back then, about 8 years ago.
See, you're going to have instigators. That's just kind of what the world is. There's always going to be some instigators.
Yeah, bald Buddhist bin Laden.
And I feel like, especially nowadays, it's kind of like what I just said a moment ago with, social media. A lot of people claim that they are affiliated with things that they know nothing about.
Yeah.
And this seemingly is a very perfect example of just that. This guy's like, I'm a Buddhist, but I want to kill people.
I'm a Buddhist? Why the fuck aren't you?
Yeah, the guy doesn't understand Buddhism in the very, 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 very simplest of ways.
Yeah.
I think...
we're no experts either. Like, the only reason I knew Theravada and Mahayana was because I took, like, a class on it, and I don't even know if I remembered the differential, difference between the two.
Yeah, I didn't even know there were, like, I guess it makes sense.
But it is like the basic idea of it. It's like, this isn't what it is. What this guy Warathu is doing. Yeah, that's not Buddhism.
No, it's a weird thing, but that's where we're at now. You're kind of allowed to pick and choose things that you like and you find an interest in.
Anyone could be anything.
It's kind of like how we became podcast hosts. It's just like, fuck it, let's do it. We just want to see what happens.
Just a drunk decision. We're like, we talked about this when we were sober, and now we're drunk. Let's actually do it. And then we were just like, you know what? All right.
Yeah, I call that the 3-tiered approach, right? You come up with the idea when you're sober.
You solidify the idea when you're drunk.
And then if it comes back when you're sober again, then it's a good idea.
Actualize it, just like we did. Hello.
If you come up with an idea while you're drunk, even if you revisit it sober, it'll never be perfect because you came up with it drunk. And if if you get through steps 1 and 2, if you visualize it sober, visualize it again drunk, if it doesn't come back to you, it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah. But there's going to be, like, missteps along the way. I mean, for Christ's sake, like, our fucking microphones are hooked up to pieces of luggage right now.
Yeah, they are.
That we can just move about the room.
Yeah, there's no way that
but we're doing
professional.
Yeah, but we're doing it. I mean, he's got all the clothes, this Buddhist bin Laden. He's got the Buddhist clothes. He's got the shaved head.
Yeah, well, so do the
He's
Mexican
got a lot of the
people
tools
in major cities that say they're Buddhist. And they just sell you bracelets, and they are just like Mexican dudes that wear bald caps.
Yeah, they are very aggressive about getting those bracelets back if you don't want to pay.
Yeah, they give it to you.
But they put it on you. They don't even give it to you. They put it on you. And then you're just like, I don't have any money.
I think that's their approach, because you're less likely to take it off,
They just throw it in the sewer grate.
Pretty much.
Why not? Make them fish it.
Go fuck yourself, bro. I'm not interested. Bye. I don't know if
they get pissed, dude. They get real mad.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Either way. Note to all you not city slickers out there, if you ever go to the city, chances are...
If you meet a Buddhist, that's not a Buddhist.
Yeah, I don't believe that. A Buddhist would give you a free bracelet and then be like, have an excellent day.
Yeah.
If they ever ask you for money, they're not real Buddhists.
The most a Buddhist is going to ask for is like a rice for his empty bowl to then return to his like monastery on the hill.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's all he should be asking you for.
They don't even get down on monetary donations like Christians. They're just like, I will accept a ball of yarn as payment as I can make more clothing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this guy really means fucking business. He doesn't want anything.
Like he wants yarn to make clothing for you. Like one of those, Anyway, I thought that was interesting. Buddhist bin Laden was a real eye catcher, so I figured we should talk about that.
Oh, I agree. I think just that headline in and of itself is the perfect representation of everything we do on this show.
Look at this picture. He's so unsuspecting, but in a way, in his face, you're just like, I can kind of tell he's evil.
You know who he looks like in the picture? We'll have to post the picture of him. He looks like the Eastern version of Gus Fring from Breaking Bad.
I was going to say that. Holy shit.
That's what he looks like.
I was going to say, like, who is the guy from Breaking Bad, slit the guy's throat?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's Gus Fring.
All right, yeah, we have to post this now.
Yeah, he looks like if Gus Fring was born on Mount Kilimanjaro. That's what we're dealing with here.
It honestly looks like he put on his hazmat suit just wrong too in this photo.
Yeah, it's just like it
just looks like he put his arm through the like head hole there and just wrapped it.
No wonder this is uncomfortable. It's on completely wrong.
Yeah. Wait, it's your turn. You go ahead.
My turn? Okay, well, I got, two things that we talked about. Well, the second one is kind of a joined topic that we're going to discuss together.
Yeah. No, this is good. You saying me go for you had this whole lined up in your head. This is going to be perfect.
It works out this way.
Oh my fuck.
So mine, I really have. It's more rhetorical. Okay, and we're going to rewind just a little bit. And for those of you that haven't listened to our series on Bigfoot, definitely I recommend it. It's a two-parter. Part 1 is mostly just us having fun. And then part 2 is when we get pretty serious about the history and kind of contemporary stories of Bigfoot.
It's true.
But I do want to say the internet does not do Bigfoot justice. That's how I'm going to start this, okay?
Yeah.
If you try to look this up on Google, I mean, we've been saying this for a while. Obviously, Google's the most acceptable and easiest to use, but Google does not always give you what you want to see, and it's not really their fault. It has to do a lot with, paid partners and just how systems like that operate for free.
Yeah.
But when you try to look up the history of Bigfoot, you're not going to get good answers. They're just going to give you the stuff that you would hear sort of on a very quick 22-minute episode on like the Discovery Channel.
Yeah, it's like Bigfoot is a bipedal, ape-like creature that is said to be found in the woods in northern America or something like that, and like that's pretty much everything that they say.
No, exactly.
It's like, look at this footprint. It's like one of those.
So, and also another thing that always kind of irked me was that when it comes to the history of Bigfoot, I guess you'd say, the lineage, perhaps, it kind of goes, it takes us back to the 1950s. The whole, what was his name? I think Ray Wallace or one of those dudes, the very famous now hoaxer. That's kind of where we go back to.
Okay.
That it was I believe it was in 1956, if I'm not mistaken. But we go back, and that's kind of where it says that the idea of the Bigfoot began. Obviously, for anybody semi-familiar with the history of Bigfoot, they know that this is completely not true, that these go back centuries previous.
Yeah, it's just the first time it kind of came out into the limelight of general knowledge.
The idea of large bipedal ape-like creatures goes back almost as far as we can tell. It's hard because a lot of things, cave paintings even depict large bipedal beasts or human-like creatures.
Yeah, and you might think like, oh, maybe that's the people that fucking drew them in the first place. But no, there's a lot that have like the normal looking people, and then a fucking huge hairy guy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, it's not like, oh, maybe they drew it weird.
And it raises some philosophical questions. So really, I want to raise 2 points that are going to connect back to episodes we've done previously. But, also, just the idea of Bigfoot, it's kind of one of those things where eventually I think it would be fun for us to revisit it in a larger episode.
Yeah, and sort of like a more not far-flung, like more far-reaching scale, like around the world.
Where we're able to kind of rope in a bunch of different aspects of what Bigfoot possibly could be. But, again, a lot of people don't know this. There are plenty of local urban legends that follow this. So, like Jake brought up the Ohio Grassman before.
Yeah.
You might think, I thought this too upon my first hearing it. It was a large man made out of grass, and I was interested.
Yeah, it sounds badass. It's like something straight out of Adventure Time.
Yeah, no, it sounds like the coolest fucking thing you'll ever see in your life. And it is, but it's actually just Bigfoot. It's just the local Bigfoot. Large
and hairy, ape-like creature. But like all the pictures of it that I saw were just like his hair is like slightly longer. So it's like Sasquatch in his like rebellious phase.
What are those called? The drug rugs is like what they're commonly called.
Oh, the Bajas?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I just picture him wearing that.
I had one of those. Yeah.
And like a hat. He's just like, hey guys.
Yeah. You had those little necklaces that were like glass with the shroom in them.
Yeah.
Like one of those kids. You play hacky sack at lunchtime.
Oh yeah, that's right up his fucking alley.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then we obviously, we've talked about this before too. You travel down Florida way, and you see, the swamp apes, the bog creatures, things of that nature.
You got the Ebu Go-Go.
Yes, I think we've said. I don't know if we said that before, but I'm familiar with that name.
It's the one from Indonesia. It's just like a small version of Bigfoot.
Yes, and I want to let you guys know I'm not giving up. I know that I heard this story before. I think it was on another podcast, and I can't remember what it was. I've mentioned it before, and I actually spent about 4 hours trying to find it this week. I'm very familiar with a story that takes place in like the mid 1800s, and it is in what is now present day Indiana, which is homegrown for us.
Yeah.
And it's
just like corn and soybeans.
It's a story of troops during the war, a war or a battle, something like that. Part of me wants to say like the Civil War, but that might not be correct.
Revolutionary, maybe.
Yeah, like some schism between militaries.
So people were fighting, people were dying.
Yeah, and in the state of Indiana, they weren't actually fighting, but they were traveling to and from. And there is documented reports out there that they actually captured a 3-foot tall, hairy, bipedal, ape-looking creature.
Oh, wait, I remember you talking about this, yeah.
And
wasn't it like stuck in the grate of a train or some shit?
Yeah, they like found it, and then they put it in a cage, and it actually became sort of like the battalion's mascot. Like, they like brought it with them everywhere.
That's awesome.
And it was just kind of like, I picture like a tall gizmo from the Gremlins.
Okay, all right.
That's kind of the vibe I get off of it. So there's a story like that. I'm going to find it eventually, and when I do, I promise that it will be the first thing I talk about. No matter what topic we're on, we'll do a little side show on that episode about this guy.
Damn right.
But, so this goes back way before, the dawn of the radio. There's reports of tall ape creatures, things of that nature that resemble what we know today as Bigfoot or Sasquatch.
Which would just be like diary entries and like accounts and things.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is something that I've recently been thinking. I'm sure there's things I'm missing. I am in no way an expert. I'm just a Bigfoot enthusiast, okay?
Oh, yeah.
But it's come to my attention that there are two extreme camps of people out there. And this is a question for any of you. I'm going to add a third camp. And you'll understand why, okay? And I want answers from the fans out there.
All right, let's hear the first two camps.
This is the first open question that we're asking on the show. I want a response. I want to kind of gauge some of the data I get so I can see where people lie on this scenario, okay? And this is not... I want an explanation, but don't make up your own answer. You have to pick one of the three answers, and then you can defend your answer however you choose.
Oh, these bitches are going to give in their own answers.
They probably will.
They will.
But it needs to line up with one of these three options. Okay, so number one...
You're nice bitches, sorry.
Number one is this. Bigfoot is a relative of Gigantopithecus, which is an ancient creature that we know to have existed, a large bipedal ape-like thing. It's sort of like a tall person. That's really just what it was. Just a big motherfucker. Maybe it's some form of offspring, evolutionary tactic, offspring, I guess is the best word.
Yeah.
Of Gigantopithecus, large beings from the past.
So it's just like a huge version of like Lucy? Like that.
Isn't Lucy a T-Rex, though?
No. That's Sue.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Lucy's
like...
thing.
No, Lucy was like the oldest bipedal like skeleton remains to be found.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's just
kind of like that. It's like, just a bigger version of the first primate to stand upright.
So in this camp, I'm going to kind of give you a rundown of each of my explanations for these camps. This could be... This is the more scientific response if you believe in Bigfoot. This is that they are, a separate species of creature that possibly might exist today, but for certain existed at a point in time, and, they're gone now. But the reason we have all these stories and sightings is because they did exist, and they're still in the subconscious mind of us humans that have lived on this earth for, years and years.
Yeah, okay.
That's option number one. That it is, a biological creature from this planet that doesn't exist.
Okay.
Camp number two is the fun camp, okay? I'm not saying I have to believe it or you do, but it's the fun camp.
Wait, for the first one, sorry to go back. You said that doesn't exist. So that doesn't exist now, or
Oh,
that...
no. In this scenario, you believe that they could still exist now.
Okay, but they definitely existed in the past, is what this opinion is asserting. All
that
right.
they were real, or something similar to that was real at a point in time.
Yeah, groovy.
Option number 2, we're going to kind of travel to Skinwalker Ranch. And we're looking at this option as there's some type of interdimensional, possibly extraterrestrial, maybe even intergalactic being. Okay?
Yeah, traveling through time, running into a field and just disappearing. Maybe it's gone.
Right. So we understand that as a group of, I don't know, I guess, the human race. We're not a group of humans. We're the human race.
Us.
The human race has understood that there are things that people witness or say that simply just cannot happen on this planet. There's no scientific explanation. It doesn't necessarily mean it's not real. It just means that we can't explain it.
It's like kind of like, oh shit, what the fuck is that?
It's like a ghost. Like, see, people that they look at you funny when you say you believe in Bigfoot. They're like, oh yeah, that's stupid. But then they're like, well, yeah, I saw my dead grandma in my house one day.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual. It's like, they're both the same fucking thing.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You believe that there's some dead people that are still around in some fashion.
Like, this is a little bit of a tangent here, but all the crystal people out there, not against you. You do what you do, and if you believe it and it works for you, good for you. But don't knock religious people because you worship fucking rocks. I'm just saying.
Yeah, at least fucking the Bible had a golden calf.
Yeah, at least they had a plan.
Like they had a golden calf. They got burning bushes. They got some fucking crosses. That's your version of that is just a fucking rock.
Yeah, like I'm not.
In no particular shape.
If you're out there believing in rocks and crystals, you're more than welcome. That's the part of being alive.
Send us crystals.
Yeah.
If you want to give us some sort of energy, either bad or good. We've been bad-mouthing them a while.
I enjoy different walks of life, but I've met a couple people out there that are straight, like, anti-religion. Fuck religion. It's not real. God doesn't exist.
Everything's in these rocks.
But I have to put my crystal outside tonight so the full moon can charge my rock. For what reason? It's not a fucking iPod. I don't know what's going on.
Also, my astrological sign really aligns with this rock. And it's like, didn't the astrological signs, like, change?
Yeah, people...
Like, recently, they were just like, yeah, actually, the dates are all wrong. So,
yeah,
like, people's signs are just changing.
People don't actually abide by that, but they added a 13th zodiac sign. And
it's just like calling Pluto a planet still. It's like everyone, it's like Sears Tower, Willis Tower. Like, who gives a shit?
So I'm a Cancer, right?
None of it means everything.
I'm pretty sure, according to the newest updated map of the way we do that in like astrology and things, if we are to take that at face value at the new one, I'm no longer a Cancer. So what do you got to say about that? What comes after a Cancer or before a Cancer?
No idea. I'm a Virgo though, but maybe I'm not.
I don't know what any of that shit is.
Either way, with rocks, how do we get to rocks?
But yeah, if you're charging rocks, that was a bit of a tangent. I don't even know where I got to.
Anyway, yeah, Bigfoot might be running into fields and disappearing behind invisible doors.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of aliens.
So the idea is this, that Bigfoot may or may not possibly be an interdimensional, intergalactic being. That is camp number 2. That means to say that they don't originate from this planet. Doesn't mean they aren't here or don't visit. They just aren't from here specifically.
Yeah. Some people think they're from other dimensions. It's crazy. Not even just space.
Yeah. And then option number 3 is altogether, you think both of those are stupid and you don't believe Bigfoot exists. Simple as that. That's option number 3. You think it's stupid. You might think maybe he lived in the past, but you think there's absolutely zero chance that he or she, I guess, could possibly be roaming this planet at this very moment.
Yeah.
That's option 3.
There have been families of Bigfoots, just saying.
That is a good point.
And the Patterson-Gimlin footage it has breasts. There's breasts in that movie.
What was his name? Albert Ostman or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy who got, like, kidnapped by a family of Bigfoots, and like the daughter was like giving him the eyes.
Yeah, she wanted to like have human fuck sessions, I guess. I don't know.
And the dad ate all that fucking snuff.
Isn't that what they call sex now? Just fuck sessions? So much more violent.
That's what the kids are calling them now.
You and
Netflix and fuck session.
You and your dirty fucking sessions. But yeah, so if you guys are interested in the idea of Bigfoot, I really, it comes and goes for me. I have resurgences of my interest in him. And that's just what I've been thinking about lately. So I wanted to pose the question to the viewers out there that of these three camps, which one are you more likely to fall into?
And can we give like me, because I'm going to give an answer after we're done here, but can we do like a blend of the two or a blend of the three? Or
oh yeah, I don't care what you
give
do.
Little explanations.
I want, yeah, if you pick one of the answers, I want an explanation. And if you don't pick any of these answers, I would still like to know, but I want to know what you're thinking. So nice. I need more in-depth answers, you know?
All right.
So go ahead. Let me see.
Oh, is that for me?
Yeah.
All right. I think that probably, it's like a biological thing. I think it's probably a biological thing as much as I want it to be like associated with aliens and that kind of shit. I feel like Bigfoot just got tied in with extraterrestrials and like interdimensional sorts of things because of the types of people that do the research on both of those subjects.
I think that's a fair
because
judgment.
If you're interested in one, you're interested in the other. So it only makes sense that they would make sort of like a fan fiction theory of it.
Yeah,
but I honestly think it's probably like on the biological side of all this.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, I like that.
And that is not discrediting like extraterrestrials or other dimensional beings like existing. I just feel like that is probably what happened in the minds of many.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That. I could definitely see that.
What about you? What do you think?
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't particularly have an answer. I know for a fact it's not option 3. I do believe that maybe. See, but then I come into question my own thoughts here. I don't know whether to believe that there might still be a Bigfoot alive today. But I don't know. I really don't
know, man.
It's very tough to answer, and it's a tough one. So the reason I wanted to pose this question is it's a 2-factor thing here. First, I wanted to come back to Bigfoot, even just for a moment, just to kind of air some grievances, I guess. You know, like it's Festivus here.
Yeah.
I wanted to do that. And first, and secondly, almost more importantly than just the short revisit, I want to gauge where our customers lie, okay? We've gotten a couple, answers on feedback about what types of episodes we like.
One of them is going to play a part in this episode.
Yeah, absolutely. We take requests very seriously. And almost immediately. So
yeah, usually when we get requests, we kind of move it to the front of the docket, unless there's like a very specific reason why not to. But it's going on the list either way.
Yeah, it will be done sooner than you think it will be. And I'm saying that now. This is on July 30th, 2021. Barring some unprecedented spike in viewership, where we're like the next big show. I can promise you that your request for an episode, if it's something that's obtainable for us to do, it will be done.
Yeah.
It will be done.
Yeah. Why not? What else are we doing this for? Except for you guys, you know?
And I want to gauge, because I feel that Bigfoot is, whether we believe it or not, it's kind of the glue that holds all of this shit together. It's like the big theory, you know?
Is Bigfoot, yeah.
Bigfoot is it's the joke, it's the meme, it's the everything.
I'm pretty sure I brought this up on the show. There's Bitmojis where you can just have your Bitmoji be Bigfoot.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so ingrained into society, you know?
It is the marijuana to heroin. Bigfoot is pot into the heroin that is the rest of the weird shit.
It's the Popabawa, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, like the rape bath.
It's very lethal and very bad.
But yeah, like it's the unifying crazy that brings us together here.
Oh, here's another fun one. Great spider. It's described as an enormous spider.
Ugh, what the fuck?
Sorry, I'm just looking at a list of cryptids, but let's go back to Bigfoot.
I don't like that.
I love how simple it is, to the point,
Great spider.
It's described as enormous.
Definition: large spider.
It's in the Congo and Papua New Guinea.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah,
So-
and Louisiana.
Oh,
shit.
God.
It's everywhere, Zimbabwe. All right, Bigfoot though. Yeah, he is kind of the
He's the glue
He's the
that
glue.
holds the butt plug together. You know?
he's the secret sauce. He's the Thousand Island to our Big Mac here.
That is true. So the reason I'm asking, I would like a response, even if it's a short, sweet, simple answer. You comment to us, on Facebook or Twitter, Twitter's kind of inactive, but that's just because we don't really.
I would still get the notifications. Just no one really does anything on there. Probably because I don't do anything on there.
Yeah.
I
that's
think
true.
I don't know why we have it, but
Instagram's a big
interact.
one.
Yeah,
That's
dude, we got fan art when we did the Men in Black episode, where you're just like, please send a photograph of a man in black in a red wig. He sent it there first, and then we didn't respond
On Twitter?
Yeah, on Twitter. So he's like, I'll email it to him.
No way. Yeah, no,
Go
I
check
still
that
have
out.
That was fun.
Yeah,
I
go
still
check
have
that out. That's on our Instagram page. It is fucking tight.
We love shit like that, and the reason
Fan art is always welcome.
the reason I suggest this, I want feedback from the audience. I want to know what kind of things. What are your thoughts? We're 120 some episodes into this. I want personal thoughts. I want stories. I want lore. I want history. I want personal detail that explains to me why are you interested in this?
Yeah, and this isn't us like running out of ideas for episodes. We got a fucking list that could
got,
last
I
at
think-
least a year right now, and it's ever expanding. But we just want to get to know you guys and like kind of connect to you guys on a more personal level.
No,
Because this is a fun ass fucking show to do.
It's fun, and I've noticed that when I
want to keep doing it.
I want to take a shout out here again. I bring this up a lot, but they are the constant fan. Joe Schmo.
Yeah.
We actually got a real name. I'm not going to share it on the show right now. But Joe Schmo reached out to
Revealed
us
the
again.
true identity.
That is true. And it's fun. It makes this show so much more worth it. It's fun. There's people out there that are intrigued by the two of us. When we're not doing anything. We just kind of hang out here and just do this.
Yeah, I'm just like a big guy. Grant's on the normal side of sizes, and then we just are together.
Yeah, we just be one. We just sit.
We sit, we watch, we obtain knowledge, and then we just talk about it.
And I think it's fun because Bigfoot's a stepping stone. If I can get your opinions on that, I can gauge where we need to go next. That's the thing.
It's very true.
So open up your minds and open up your emails and hit us up. Comment to us. I don't know. Do anything. Like rent a balloon and send it up into the air over the city of Los Angeles. So that way it makes national news, and just answer the question. Just put yes, number 2. And just float that into the air, whatever you believe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah, hopefully we'll somehow get that on the news over here in Indiana.
That is true. So with that being said, let's move into the next part.
Next part, is that me?
Yes, that is you.
All right. So what I have to talk about here is some priests, pastors, and nuns who kill people.
Ooh.
Just a list of different cases here. Let's start out with Mr. David Love. How about that?
Believe it or not, all of these people are still better than the Catholic priests that rape little boys.
Yeah, because these people are just killing them. Was it rape is like you kill them but you let them live or something?
Yeah,
That's what
rape
people
is
say about
essentially you might as well. What you're doing is you're killing them and reviving them and making them live with the fact that you killed them.
Yeah, it's not good. So these people are just ending it. They're killing these people.
I'm
David
not promoting
Love.
murder, but I'm much more being condescending to rape than I am condoning murder.
No, very much so. I'm realizing that I have a theme of religious people being not that at all.
Angry, violent religions.
Yeah.
I know a few.
It's oh yeah. It's all right. Let's start with David Love. David Love, a pastor of the New Hope Baptist Church in Independence, Missouri, was a friend and trusted confidant of former Marine Randy Stone.
No way. I don't
Randy
know who that
Stone. Randy Stone. It's a cool name. When Stone was having marital problems with his wife Teresa, he would talk to Pastor Love about it, looking for guidance. You know, he's like, Father or Pastor, help me fuck my wife. So that's what he did. Love, who was also married, never let on that he and Teresa had been having an affair for 10 years.
Cryptic.
And guess what happened on March 10th of 2011?
What was that?
Teresa found Randy shot to death with his own gun in his office. And a funeral was held days later, and his friend and pastor, David Love, gave part of the eulogy. Shortly after the murder, Love moved to South Carolina, but since the police soon found out about the affair, they arrested him and Teresa. Teresa confessed that she had given Love a combination to her husband's safe, where the gun was kept.
Fucked up.
And the plan was to murder him and collect the insurance money.
Well, I guess
insurance fraud, pastor.
It was an alright plan, and it just did not fly.
Didn't really work out. So that's it for him. Let's see what else we got. We got a lot of. Let's do John Nelson Canning.
Ooh, what's he canning?
I just like this name. All right, so John Nelson Canning, the Pentecostal minister of Saco, Maine.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know. SACO, Maine. Saco.
It
I like
sounds
Saco.
the newest type of fucking ramen noodle. I don't know what the hell that is.
It doesn't even matter because he moved to Sebring, Florida, sometime in the mid 1980s. So he was forced to move because he was accused of embezzling funds, which is not usually the reason that pastors are asked to move.
That's a
Rape
weird
is
thing.
the usual reason. But anyway, while in Sebring, he became a minister of a non-denominational church called the Fountain of Life Church, which had about 50 members.
That's a good church.
That is a good church. Tight, tight-knit. But
tight nips.
Again. All right. So the two of the founding members, Leo and Hazel Gleese, were married in the church in 1988 by Canning. The couple was in their early 80s when they married. Yeah, how about that? Anything's possible. And in 1994, the couple's health started failing, and Canning promised to take care of them and check up on them like every day. In turn, they gave him power of attorney.
Bad idea.
Very bad idea to give anyone that. So that's when Canning started to abuse his position. He began to embezzle money from the couple and even sold one of their houses. It's fucked. So in the late 1994, Hazel realized that tens of thousands of dollars were missing from their account, and she confronted Canning. And to silence the 90-year-old couple, Canning entered into the elderly home's couple on January 2nd of 1995, and he beat and choked them both to death.
Ooh, Richard Ramirez style.
Not even, interesting. He's just like, yeah, I just beat these old people to death.
Yeah, just violent beating for dinner. That's what you're getting tonight, whore.
Yeah, and upon returning from his day, he reported the deaths to the police, saying he found them that day before, which immediately made police suspicious.
Ooh, okay.
So, what kind of fucking alibi is that? Oh, yeah, you better go check on him. I found him beaten to death yesterday.
Why didn't you call us immediately, sir? I don't know. The game was on. I don't know.
Oh, I got distracted.
I'm a priest, damn it. I don't know.
I had to write this eulogy. Apparently, before he was arrested, Canning gave a 30-minute eulogy for the couple, saying that he was so close to the couple that he could call them mom and dad. He was arrested a short time after and pleaded guilty to the first-degree murder, and he was given a life sentence in 1996. That's right when I was born. So he's been in prison my entire life.
Damn.
Isn't that good?
That's probably for the best.
I really chose that one just for this picture. Look at that.
Oh my god! It looks like
is that a stock photo?
It looks like a wax figurine
a granny
of getting a bad neck massage.
It honestly looks like a dude from Monty Python in drag being choked.
Yeah, I could see that. I could 100% see that.
Either that's what this is, or just they did a really good job at their drag.
I like it. I like the fucking stock photos.
Oh, that's good. All right, I'll just do one more because this is a list of 10 here.
Oh, that's a big boy.
It's quite a few. Let's see.
Pick the one that calls to you.
Oh, this one's calling to me. Look at that. It's
my
It's like
God.
fireworks, like snakes.
That is fun.
All right, so anyway, Ryan Erickson. Let's do that one. Hudson, Wisconsin. It's a small town with a population of just over 6,000 people.
Yeah.
It was, that's where you want to be. It was a quiet, peaceful place until the scandalous double murder shocked the community.
Oh, my God.
This is in 2002. February 5th of 2002, a gunman entered the O'Connell.
Jerry O'Connell?
Home. What? Oh, my God.
Like the guy from Kangaroo Jack?
Maybe. How do you just pull that name up?
I don't know. That's
Kangaroo Jack, just immediately.
Yeah, that's what he's known for.
Yeah.
Not like anything else. You know,
not the gunman.
Just Kangaroo Jack.
Yeah, so he entered the O'Connell funeral home and shot and killed the funeral director, who was 39-year-old Daniel O'Connell, and his intern, 22-year-old James Ellison. So nothing was stolen, leaving the police without a possible motive as to why anyone would want to murder the two funeral home employees, right? Why would he do this?
He just wanted you
Why would he do this?
He wanted you to experience all the good work that they do all the time.
And maybe the gunman just like super misread or like just did not understand the job of like
I have to kill people.
Of like a funeral home like owner. He's just like he's killing all these people.
He's
he's just like hosting their celebration of life.
Did you see that guy? He was rubbing that dead woman's vagina. It's like
this guy's sewing eyes shut.
He was stuffing it and cleaning it because that's what he does.
It's like he's making it look good for the family.
No, this man's a sick pervert. I
gotta get rid of this guy.
That's actually like a really funny idea.
He just doesn't understand what it is to be like an undertaker.
You monsters.
All right. So 3 years later, suspicion fell on a local Roman Catholic priest, 31-year-old Ryan Erickson. So he must have been 28 at the time of the murder.
28.
So he even presided over the funeral of one of the murdered men. So after the murders, Erickson was transferred to 2 different churches within 3 years.
Damn.
In December of 2015, the police interviewed him twice. And after the second interview, Erickson put on his cassock. Cassock?
Isn't that the little...
with the white thing in the collar? Is that what it is?
That's a little like a lapel thing? I don't know.
Well, he hanged himself with it.
That's fucking cool.
Isn't that kind of a badass
That's
way
so poetic.
for a priest to commit suicide? Which is a serious sin in Catholicism. In his suicide note, Erickson denied killing anyone. Why would he do this?
Himself.
Following his suicide, evidence was presented to a judge who ruled that Erickson had, in fact, killed O'Connell and Ellison. And it turned out that from a young age, Erickson was attracted to other males and had led a troubled life. So he was a closeted gay guy in the Roman Catholic community who just killed people who took care of the dead, and then he committed suicide.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
He was also accused of sexual assault when he was 18.
Ooh.
17, sorry.
So he definitely makes a good priest, for sure. I think this happened recently in Chicago, maybe like 2-3 years ago. That like pastor, he's a retired pastor, but he was like drunk driving and hit and run, and like he killed somebody.
Yeah, I remember that. Holy shit!
Wasn't too long ago, yeah. So priests do some fucked up shit
priests
too.
Do some real fucked up shit. Apparently, Erickson said that, or not. He didn't say anything. Hudson police believed that Erickson murdered the 2 men because O'Connell was going to confront Erickson about a teenage boy whom he had sexually abused.
Of course, it comes.
So there
back
you go.
To
it all
that.
comes back to the normal trope of being a religious man.
Why
at least in Catholicism.
Why can't priests break that stigma? Why do they got to keep doing it?
Why do they keep touching these boys?
Speaking of touching little kids, we're gonna move into our last little section of the day.
That's a weird way. Yeah. All right.
I saw that and I had to take it while it was there.
It makes sense.
We have a great segue into
Mr.
Slenderman.
All right. This was a request.
He's a Slenderman.
This was a request from our good friend Jonesy.
Yeah, and Slenderman, for those of you out there, if you're familiar with the story, I know it was popular maybe about 6-7 years ago.
It was in 2009.
No, I'm talking about the Russian sleep experiment.
Oh, fuck. I don't know when that happened.
That story, well, it just it kind of blew up on the internet around that time.
Yeah. Creepypasta.
This was the precursor to that. This was the creepypasta gone global phenomena almost overnight. That's essentially what happened here. It started as a very, very short story on the website creepypasta.com. And from there, it spun out of control, and it ended up in your ears right now about 12 years later.
Yep. Fictional supernatural character.
Yeah, he's a slender guy,
crazy?
too. That's why they call him that.
Apparently, he was created by Something Awful Forum. He was a user of this forum. Eric Knudsen. I don't know if the K is silent. It's Knudsen. I think it's a Knudsen.
I would bet my fucking left testicle that you're right.
Yeah, he was also known as Victor Surge. That was in 2009. So that's when he came to be.
Is that like a porn name? Like in a very specific genre of porn where you
that's
only...
That's my Something Awful name.
You only play like electricians, and that's why his name is Victor Surge.
Oh, I kind of like that.
Yeah, like, he's here to fix the fucking wiring, and he's going to paint your insides with his load. I don't know, something like that.
His tagline is, "I'll zap you," and then he finishes.
I'll tap you. There you go. See, he's got two. He's like Two-Faced, but he has a huge penis.
Oh, good. All right, so we got Slenderman, right? Slenderman, he was invented by this guy Eric, but also maybe Victor, in 2009, and he's depicted as a thin, unnaturally tall humanoid with a featureless face and head.
And tall doesn't really describe it. We're talking upwards of like 8.5 to 9 feet.
It's like he could just blend in with bamboo trees.
Yeah, like you could play basketball with this guy, and he would fucking school you like none other.
He wouldn't even be allowed. He would be the fucking basketball hoop. He would be the hoop. He would be the hoop and the basketball.
Will you hold this peach basket while the rest of us have fun tonight?
Okay. Stories of Slenderman commonly featured him stalking, abducting, and traumatizing people, particularly children, which is why that segue was so fucking masterful, Grant.
Yes. He's a rapist.
He might be. It's heavily implied. But let's get into why he might be a little frightening in the real world. All right?
Well, he's fucking 9 feet tall, and he steals kids.
Yeah.
Those are two things that are just not... how they say... They always teach you this when you're kids, right? No one listens to it. I hate to tell you this. No one listens to it. They're like, never judge somebody based on how they look. If they're taller than 8.5 feet, you are legally allowed to judge them on how they look, because that's just crazy.
No, yeah, that's far too large. But apparently... the Slender Man was the product of a Photoshop contest. He was just to create paranormal images, and Victor Surge won. He fucking won, and apparently one of the main reasons he won was because he included like little snippets of text that were supposed to be like witnesses having seen this creature.
Yeah,
and like giving accounts, And
it dated back. I think weren't they post dated on like the 80s?
Yeah, it was like. All right, I'll read two of the things. It's like, we didn't want to go. We didn't want to kill them. But its persistent silence and outstretched arms horrified and comforted us at the same time. 1983, photographer unknown, presumed dead.
I mean, I can't really say they're presumed dead if the photo was developed.
Yeah, and he wrote that little snippet.
Yeah.
I don't know. One of two recovered photographs from the Sterling City Library blaze. Notable for being taken the day which 14 children vanished, and for what is referred to as the Slender Man. Deformities cited as film defects by officials Fire at library occurred 1 week later. Actual photograph confiscated as evidence. 1986, photographer Mary Thomas missing since June 13th, 1986.
Oh, okay.
So those were the little snippets underneath his images that pushed him right to the top, and he won. He won the contest.
All right. Well, I mean, I have seen the pictures before, and like I've seen a couple of videos that they dissect that a little bit. I mean, they're cool pictures, I will admit.
No, they
cool.
really are. Apparently, like the guy, like Serge himself, actually took a lot of inspiration from characters like the Tall Man from the film Phantasm.
What about
and,
Nightmare Before Christmas?
I think that may have been a little after, wasn't it? Wait, when did Nightmare Before Christmas come out?
In the 90s?
I'm gonna look that up really quick.
Sometime in the 90s, for sure. I just say because whenever you see him depicted, he looks like he's Jack Skellington without like the features. He's just like him. He's just tall, lanky.
Damn, that came out in '93.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh my god, I don't know why I thought it was so much more recent.
Oh yeah, that's an old motherfucking. They don't make kids movies like that anymore. They're too scared.
I guess not, dude. Jesus. But anyway, he took some inspiration from the Tall Man from Phantasm, H.P. Lovecraft. He took a lot of stuff from William S. Burroughs.
Makes
sense.
Like
surrealism and all that shit.
Naked Lunch.
Oh yeah, Naked Lunch. What do we got else? What else we got? Junkie. Those are the two books I can think of right now.
I know he talks about the Steely Dan, the dildo.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those
double-headed dildo. If you like Steely Dan, like Hey 19, that band.
Yeah, they're
named after a dildo.
They're named after a mechanical dildo machine called the Steely Dan. So there you go. How about that? You didn't know that today.
How about that?
You're gonna learn something new every fucking time you listen to this show.
It's great. So yeah, that Slenderman gained popularity from there, specifically on the internet. And it was because of this that the Waukesha stabbing happened. All right, this is probably the most. This is what launched Slenderman into like the actual forefront of like pretty much everyone's minds in the entire country. Because this was fucked. It was on May 31st of 2014. Two 12-year-old girls in Waukesha, Wisconsin, held down and stabbed a 12-year-old classmate 19 times.
Yeah, that did happen. That did occur.
Can you imagine making a piece of art, like making a picture, and then just some kids like fucking kill another kid?
I mean, you know
because of it, like directly?
You gotta wash your hands of it. It's gonna happen anyway.
Art is to be interpreted, and this is a prime example of it.
You gotta understand that, I'm sure there's things that we've said that might have driven some negative things into this world for somebody.
Yeah, probably. You just don't take us too seriously. Just enjoy.
I don't take responsibility. I'm very sorry to say that. I know that might sound selfish. If you decide to like kill somebody that you know because of this show, that's on you. That's all on you, bub.
Yeah.
I got nothing to do with it.
Get out of here with that. But anyway, they stabbed their 12-year-old classmate 19 times. When questioned later by authorities, they reportedly claimed that they wished to commit the murder as a first step of becoming proxies for Slenderman, having read about it online.
How the fuck do they even know what that is?
They read about it online.
They're like, we're going to be a proxy. That's some like fucking cartel shit. That's like words they use. It's like that's mafia shit.
There's from people just writing fucking stories, like just building off of a piece of art with their own like lies, otherwise known as fiction. That's
Chinese
interesting.
telephone.
People are reading it.
Chinese telephone.
There you go. But, they also stated that they were afraid that Slenderman would kill their families if they didn't commit the murder.
I hate to tell these kids that, but he's not even real.
There's nothing they could have done. They just had to kill this girl. But after the perpetrators left the scene, the victim crawled out of the woods to the roadway. She didn't die. She was stabbed 19 times, and she crawled to the roadway, and a fucking cyclist found her.
Yeah, she better believe in Slenderman because he's the one that kept her alive after that. That's some crazy shit.
She's the true proxy.
That is some crazy shit.
Yeah, both attackers were diagnosed with mental illness.
That's fucked up. They're just bad people. I'm sorry.
That too. But they have also been charged as adults and are each facing up to 65 years of prison.
Good. They're monsters. They're monsters.
One of the girls said that Slenderman watches her and can read minds and could teleport. I know that like the main girl. I know that like the reason they didn't really print the names of these girls is because they're below 18.
Yeah, well, they're so young.
But like
they survived. She survived, so it's like
Yeah, and like kind of the ringleader of like initiating like of the two girls that perpetrated this. Experts testified in court that she also said that she had conversed with Lord Voldemort and one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I'm an advocate for mental health awareness. Okay, I'm down with mental health.
You think it was Donatello?
I think somebody just needs to slap this girl across the face as hard as they can.
Maybe with a knife 19 times.
Just one good fucking... You ever see those videos on YouTube, like the slap competitions? They powder up their hands and they fucking...
Yeah.
Get that big motherfucker and just wind up and just smack the fucking stupid off this fucking bitch's face.
The people who do that shit, they look like they're fucking the size of Kilimanjaro. They are insanely large people just slapping motherfuckers.
I would pay for that man's plane ticket, lodging, and food bill while he's in town just if he could do that once and record it.
Yeah.
I understand, they're mentally unhealthy. That's fine. But part of me thinks that they might be taking that a little too far. They keep just mentioning fictional characters like, yeah, Voldemort told me to do it. It's like, all right, mate, where do we draw the line between you actually having mental illness and just trying to sell it to us?
There's also a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. That's not even using the name of the show. That's just what it was that talked to me.
I mean, again, it was Michelangelo because he's the jokester of the group.
Oh, yeah.
He likes to have fun. But they are not violent. They like pizza and fixing crime.
Yeah.
So they don't fit the fucking portfolio of Slenderman, Voldemort, and Donatello or Michelangelo or Raphael or what's the fucking purple one? What's his name?
Donatello?
Well, who am I missing? Leonardo. The
Leonardo.
Blue guy. Those four don't fit into the other two because... They're good. They hang out with a big rat and they solve crime. Like they're fun.
Yeah. 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 Apparently, okay, I read further on, and now the name is here. So on September 25th of 2017, it was reported that Morgan Geyser, then 15, had agreed to plead guilty in the attempting to commit first-degree homicide in an arrangement that would allow her to avoid jail time. So she's still around.
Yeah, someone needs to slap that bitch with a razor blade glove. That's what needs to happen.
Yeah. She apparently is in a mental hospital for the past 2 years. She has been in there, and then she is going to be in there for another 3. Apparently.
Oh, that makes me feel better as a fucking citizen of this country. You could just stab somebody 19 times because a fictional monster told you to do it. And then you're just like, well, you get a 5-year stay at this mental hospital, and you'll be cured. Everything's fine. We forgive you.
It's like Cat Dog and Rocco told me to steal this money from the convenience store.
Yeah, like, can I just get away with that? Like, yeah, my dog told me to do this. Or like, yeah, okay, buddy, sorry.
Yeah, no, this chick just needed some meds. And hopefully she's getting it in there.
I will say, as much as I joke and I take things to the extreme.
Yeah, you're talking about slicing children's faces with knives.
Yeah, it is like something's not right, so it's like, yeah, we should fix that.
Yeah,
but
fix that chemical imbalance. Do it.
They still should probably, suffer some more consequences than that. But that's just my opinion. So I'm not a judge because I'm a little biased, so it's fine.
Just a little bit. But, all of us are, even judges. They're just... better at pretending to put it aside. Broken system. Anyway, so what do we got? We got, the stabbings happened, and then the police were just like, you know what, parents, this is exactly why you need to be wary of the internet. And it's like, you know what, kid? Fucking get over it. The internet exists. Just raise your kids with good morals, or if they have a chemical imbalance, get them meds.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
Don't say this is just an old battered fucking policeman. Like, I don't understand the internet, but I know it caused this. It's like, not necessarily.
maybe be a present parent. How about that? That's all we need from you.
Yeah, where's your kid, officer?
I don't know what to say. All I know is that raising a kid is way harder than making one. Okay.
Yes.
I'm just saying. So
Costs way more money.
fucking be cautious because a good. Let's be honest with you. Some of these parents, it's like, what are you going to trade? 18 years of your life for maybe roughly 70 seconds of a good time?
70 seconds, huh?
I'm just assuming a lot of these parents are probably like young to the point where it's like, yeah, you did not mean to have that kid, you know?
No, it's true. All right.
I mean, let's face it, not porn is unrealistic. Good luck having a guy last more than a minute on the first couple times you do it. Good luck. That's my memo to you.
So Slenderman. Slenderman.
Now that we're done
what else we
talking
got?
about male ejaculation.
Yeah. All right. So references in media. Let's talk about some of those. There's not many good ones. I know there's a Slenderman movie. It's not listed on here.
Yeah, they have that one with Jessica Biel that's kind of like related. What is it called? Like The Tall Man or something. It's like
something like that.
It's not Slender Man, but it is. You know, it's like we know.
Fun fact: when that movie came out, it was particularly not debuted in Waukesha.
Yeah, I could
for
see
very
why.
obvious reasons.
I could 100% see why that is the case.
Yes.
But yeah, Slender Man, see, it's fun. We were actually talking about this today, and it was like we wanted to do possibly like a full episode, but then we were like, it's very new. It's something that a lot, especially people that watch this, or listen, I guess, there's nothing to watch unless you watch the YouTube.
You can watch the time go by on the little bar.
But it's very contemporary, and the truth of it is there's not like a whole lot to it. I want more lore, but it just doesn't exist because it just is what it is, you know?
Yeah.
But that's the sad truth about a lot of these things, like aliens, Bigfoot. It's like, when we finally get that answer, if we ever get that answer, it's probably not going to be as exciting as we've built it up to be at this point, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, a lot of people have said that Slenderman is, like, identifiable as, like, a form of digital folklore.
Yeah.
Because, in a sense, it's like, if any, like, creature or, like, thing is going to be a tulpa, this is on its fucking way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's
Momo
actualizing.
thing.
Yeah, Momo too. It's actualizing in real life because of it's like it's not real, but people are doing it in the names of these things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is a good point.
So it kind of has like digital folklore is something that I feel like we're just going to have to become accustomed to.
That is funny that's like a thing. I can't believe that we're saying that.
You're right. When you think of folklore, you think of like the rolling hills of Ireland or some shit.
Or you're like a hobo sitting in the back of a train car telling you a story, not the fucking internet.
I tell you what, the Photoshop competition landed us some Slenderman stabbings.
He's like, we got some
wow.
Slenderman creeds
Thanks,
out
hobo.
there. Yes. Like,
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Murphy.
Exactly. Well, yeah. What do you think of Slender Man? You think he's real?
No.
No, me either.
It's a pretty
But he
blanket
might be.
answer. No.
Yeah, but there is a lot of fan fiction, a lot of sexual fan fiction about him.
That there is. I feel like
Lots of pages.
I
full
feel
of
like
just
there's a lot of
descriptions.
brutally open, sexually fueled fan fiction about pretty much anything you could have sex with.
Yeah, there's Mothman. I know about that one.
Even things
Bigfoot. We talked about those books. We read reviews of those books.
that is true.
Yeah.
Even things that don't seem like you could have sex with, it probably exists somewhere. Just be aware of that. If you look for it, you'll find it. And
Maybe you don't have sex with it. Use your best judgment.
I'll write
honestly.
you some fan fiction. If you can't find something that doesn't exist, I'll write it for you. that, you know what I mean, we'll just do it for you. We'll
Right.
make you a little something short and sweet to the point that you can, get your jimmies off to. It's perfect.
Grant, here is a request I have of you. Make a fan fiction where you have sex with your chair.
That's done already. That's not even fan fiction. That's just Wednesday.
Oh, wow.
That's just literally Wednesday.
Wow. You're going to have to give me a shot-for-shot fucking play, just play-by-play.
I do the creepiest shit to it. You don't want to know.
Thank God. All right, well, cool. My fiction is real. What about yours?
What?
That's for you. That's for everyone here.
I'm like so backwards. It's like, what the hell was that?
Everyone, just figure out what you can fuck and maybe use your best your best judgment about actually doing it.
It's there. I promise you. It's there. It's
It's there, like the chair on Grant's back.
The untapped potential that you have, it knows no bounds. It knows no bounds. And your brain wants to have sex with lots of things. So just let it go.
A lot of people want to have sex with Slenderman, apparently.
That is true. I'm
But
not sure why.
He's a photograph.
Well,
I think that's the end.
with all that being said, that is effectively our episode.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, we covered quite a bit.
We will be back next Friday, as always, with a hot new episode for y'all to dig into.
Yeah, and it'll most likely be about one thing.
Yes. It most certainly will be.
It will be great, just like every Friday, just like this one, I think.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I had a good time.
So you guys have yourselves a great week. Welcome to August of 2021, and we will see you all on Friday of next week.
No, it's true. And we just put out the Patreon episode yesterday. So give that a little listen if you would be so inclined. There's a Patreon link below. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And our email is startacult@gmail.com. I don't usually say that at the tagline anymore. I've noticed I need to start doing that again. Also, that's Grant. I'm Jake. Mitch isn't here, so I'm going to say we are starting a cult. Bananas.